Hello my angels, welcome back to my channel or welcome if you are new here. I am Dr. Jayashree Ramana and I make videos on skincare, hair care and all other health and beauty related content. So make sure you're subscribed and also tap that bell icon to be notified of the upcoming videos. Today I am going to compare two serums both having niacinamide as the active ingredient. So one is from the brand Minimalist which was launched recently. And ever since then, we all have been pretty excited to know how it performs. The second one is from The Ordinary, which has been around since a long time and it's a very sought after product, not only in India, but across the world as well. And that's because niacinamide is a fantastic skincare ingredient which helps to improve our skin in multiple different ways. And I have reviewed The Ordinary niacinamide already in one of my videos. If you would like to watch, I will link it up here as well as in the description box below. And niacinamide, works so fantastically on the skin. It controls the sebum production, shrinks the pores, reduces the redness and also fades the dark spots or the hyperpigmentation. If you have been watching me for a while, you know that I had acne for a very long time. And once the acne cleared up, I was left with a lot of dark spots and open pores also, because oily skin generally has those open and large pores. So I tried The Ordinary niacinamide and it worked quite well for me, and that's what I have shared also already. So when this pandemic kicked in, it became increasingly difficult to procure The Ordinary niacinamide serum. Also in 2020, the custom duty charges have been hiked like anything. And even if you order from Cult Beauty, which many people do, you still have to pay for the shipping charges as well as the customs duty. So it's gonna be a very pricey affair. So as our Prime Minister Modi ji also says that we should have the mindset of vocal for local, and I believe in the same. And if you believe in it too, type a comment saying vocal for local. And therefore when Minimalist was launched, I was so thrilled to try out their product. Of course I do a patch test and that goes the same with Ordinary or any other company. So I tried this product on myself and also my mom and sister. And what I'm going to discuss with you now is based on our collective experiences, because my skin is completely different from theirs and I wanted to see if it is suitable for just my skin or any kind of skin, because my skin is normal to combination type now. Earlier it used to be oily. My mom's skin is on the oily side while my sister's skin is on the dry side. Let me first show you what this product looks like. So it comes in a black box like this, and when you open it, this is what the bottle looks like, and this is quite similar to what The Ordinary looks, right? But the droppers are slightly different for the two. This dropper is completely plastic, whereas this one has a steel cap. Honestly, I have no issues with the packaging being this way or that way. All that matters is what is inside this packaging and whether it works for me or not. So if I apply it on my skin, as you can see, it glides very smoothly over it and absorbs very quickly. Can you see? And my skin is just glowing now. So it gives a very uplifted and smooth and soft feeling to my skin. Let us look at the compositions of these two products and see how similar or different they are. For the purpose of understanding, I have classified each ingredient into 5 broad categories, and of course there would be some overlaps between 2 or more categories. That is, one ingredient which belongs to one category may also be functioning into another category. So the first category is base, which in the case of Minimalist happens to be aloe vera juice, whereas in the case of The Ordinary, the base is water. I believe that having water as the base is a much better choice than using aloe vera juice, and that's cause I have come across several individuals who are allergic to aloe vera, and therefore this product would not be suitable for their skin. For the people whose skin can tolerate aloe vera, I believe this would definitely be a plus, because aloe vera is rich in so many vitamins, minerals and mucopolysaccharides. It kind of forms a film over the skin, a barrier between the skin and the environment, and therefore it would prevent any water loss and retain the moisture within the skin. So this is definitely a good point. But again, I am not very happy with using aloe vera in this product as well as all other products from the Minimalist, because of another problem which I will discuss in the later part of my video. The second ingredient or the second category is that of actives, that is the ingredients which are added to address a particular skin concern in any kind of serum. So the actives are the same in both, that is niacinamide and zinc PCA at the concentration of 10% and 1% respectively. The function of niacinamide I have already described, and zinc PCA is there to control your sebum production and prevent any breakouts. The next category consists of certain solvents which also act as emollients and make your skin soft and supple. These include, for the Minimalist, these are dimethyl isosorbide, propanediol, ethoxy diglycol. Now all of these work as emollients and make your skin soft and supple. Earlier there were some concerns about propanediol being a skin irritant, but the recent studies have established that there is absolutely nothing like that, and it is safe to use propanediol in cosmetic products. In the case of ordinary, the solvents are pentylene glycol, dimethyl isosorbide and ethoxy diglycol, which all act as emollients as well as humectants, that is they tend to moisturize your skin and keep it soft for a long period of time, that is for a few hours. After that, the next category consists of certain thickeners, emulsifiers and stabilizers. So in the case of Minimalist, these thickeners and emulsifiers include pullulan, hydroxyethyl cellulose, xanthan gum, sclerosium gum and lecithin. Pullulan acts as a pH regulator. Hydroxyethyl cellulose, xanthan gum, sclerosium gum, lecithin, all of these help to moisturize your skin, make it soft and also tend to thicken the product and making it easily absorbable into your skin, because the product has to have enough viscosity to be absorbed into your skin and stay there for quite some time. In the case of the ordinary, these thickeners, these emulsifiers include Tamarindus indica seed gum, xanthan gum, isosateth 20, yeah, that's it. And all of these are quite safe ingredients and help to condition your skin, making it very supple and good to look at. The next category of ingredients include the preservatives, which tend to increase the shelf life or the longevity of the products, and obviously they are there in all the cosmetics and the personal care products that we use. So in the case of Minimalist, the preservatives are phenoxyethanol and ethyl hexyl glycerine. In the case of ordinary, the preservatives are phenoxyethanol and chlorphenesin. Now if you look at the position of phenoxyethanol in both of these products, it's very different. If you look at the ordinary, the position of phenoxyethanol and chlorphenesin is towards the end of the ingredient list, whereas in the case of Minimalist, the position of phenoxyethanol and ethyl hexyl glycerin is in the middle of the ingredient list, and this suggests to us that it has phenoxyethanol at a very high concentration. Phenoxyethanol is just after zinc PCA. Zinc PCA is present at 1% concentration, and when I wrote to the brand, they confirmed that they do have phenoxyethanol at a concentration of 1% within this product, whereas in the case of ordinary, phenoxyethanol is way below 1%, as we can make out, because it is quite far from zinc PCA. So I am not quite happy with the use of phenoxyethanol at such a high concentration, but the use of aloe vera juice in this product necessitates the use of phenoxyethanol at such a high concentration, because aloe vera juice is not stable on its own. Even the one that we buy from Patanjali, the Patanjali aloe vera juice has so many preservatives like sodium benzoate, which are no good either. Phenoxyethanol is not a very safe ingredient to use. You already know about parabens, because those were regarded as endocrine disruptors, so the companies started using phenoxyethanol as a preservative. But several studies have proved that if phenoxyethanol is swallowed, inhaled or absorbed through the skin, it is very detrimental to our health, especially for the lactating mothers or the infants. It can affect the brain as well as our central nervous system. Some recent studies have established that it is safe to use phenoxyethanol at a concentration of 1% in the cosmetic products. But again, if it is 1% phenoxyethanol in all the cosmetic products that we are using, it's fine. If we have 1% phenoxyethanol within a single product and we are using so many of them, then the cumulative concentration of phenoxyethanol is going to be much higher in our body, because all of those products have phenoxyethanol. Let us say I layer this product from Minimalist with another product from Minimalist which has got hyaluronic acid. Then I layer it with another moisturizer which also has phenoxyethanol. Then I use a perfume which also has phenoxyethanol. So it is not desirable to have phenoxyethanol at a concentration of 1% within a single product, and I definitely want the brand to look into this matter. So now coming to my final verdict about this product. There are multiple factors that we have to consider while evaluating any product. The first one is whether it is easily absorbed and how it performs on the skin. So for the Minimalist product, I found that it is very easily absorbed into the skin and it makes my skin feel really soft, supple and smooth. It did not leave any residue and it gives a kind of lift to the skin. So this is a really wonderful product. Number 2, whether it is safe to use it in the short term. Yes, it is safe. It did not cause me any allergic reaction to me or to my mom's and my sister's skin. It did not give me any breakouts, and I have absolutely no issues in the short term safety. Number 3, whether it is safe to use in the long run. Well, I am not sure about this because I feel that they should have used phenoxyethanol at a much lower concentration, and that would make it safe to use in the long run as well. I believe that this is a really promising brand and we need to welcome it in the Indian skincare community because they are so transparent, honest, and integrity matters a lot when it comes to skincare. We have a gazillion number of products, but which one is right and which one is not, we don't know. So integrity matters a lot. They listen to us, they are very transparent, and they have made the promise of not using any toxic ingredients like parabens, sulfates, silicones, essential oils, dyes or sulfates. And I hope this will help you decide whether you want to purchase this product or not. There is another version of this product available from the Minimalist, and it's called Minimalist Niacinamide 5% plus hyaluronic acid 1%. It has an almost similar composition to the one that I showed today, with the only difference that it has got the actives of niacinamide and hyaluronic acid instead of niacinamide and zinc PCA. Niacinamide in this one is at 5% instead of 10%, and it also has 1% hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid works as a humectant and absorbs a lot of water from the environment. Therefore, it keeps your skin moisturized for a longer period of time. So if you want the benefits of niacinamide along with the moisture boosting effect, then definitely go for niacinamide plus hyaluronic acid. I am still trying that product and happy so far, but I did not take it up today because I still have to have a final conclusion about that product. If there is anything else that you want me to review from the Indian skincare or any other brand, please leave me a comment below and I will definitely do it for you. If there is any other question or doubt that you have, let me know that too. I look forward to all your comments and I will see you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.